When India banned its 500 and 1000 rupees notes in November 2016, the move created shockwaves across the country. The government said it was aiming to fight black money, curb counterfeit currency, force formalization of the economy, and push people toward digital payments. But nearly a decade later, what has really changed? Did demonetization deliver on its big promises, or was it more a symbolic shakeup than a real transformation? Immediately after the announcement, cash in the hands of the public dropped dramatically. The total went from 17.97 lakh crore in circulation before demonetization to just 7.8 lakh crore by January 2017. That liquidity crunch hit the informal economy hard. Many small businesses shut down temporarily, daily wage workers lost income, and people scrambled to exchange their invalidated notes at the bank and ATMs. The shock was real and felt mostly those who depended most on cash. But that disruption didn't last forever. Over the year, cash made a massive return. By October 2025, the amount of currency held by the public had climbed up to 37.29 lakh crore, more than double what it was before demonetization. So, despite the push for less cash in India, cash remains rooted in daily life. To understand whether its rise in cash is a problem, we need to look at the currency to GDP ratio, which compares how much physical money is out there with countries' economic output. Right after demonetization in 2016-17, the ratio was 8.7%. It surged to 14.45% during the pandemic peak as people hoarded cash. But by 2025, it dipped back to 11.11%. This decline showed that while cash is increasing in absolute terms, the economy is growing faster, suggesting a kind of balance between cash and other financial flows. Still, even that progress, 11.11%, is relatively high currency to GDP ratio compared to major economies like US, China, and many European nations. That points out to an important truth. Cash dependency is not just a habit, it's a structure. India has a very large informal economy and many transactions still rely on physical money. For all its digital financial infrastructure, cash continues to play a dominant role. On the digital front, demonetization did catalyze change. A unified payment interface UPI has exploded in use, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Digital payments have grown massively in volume, showing that more people are comfortable transacting online, but that comfort with digital doesn't mean cash has gone away. In fact, both systems are coexisting. One of the main goals of demonetization was to formalize the economy and broaden the tax base. There is evidence that more people are filing direct tax returns. The number of returns rose from about 4.9 crore in 2016-17 to 8.9 crore by 2024-25. That suggests some structural shift, but it doesn't mean the problem of black money is solved. Counterfeit currency detection did improve in the years after demonetization. Fewer fake notes are being caught now than before, which indicates some success on the front. But there are signs that black money hasn't disappeared. It may have just have shifted channels. Real estate continues to be a major area where undeclared money is parked even years later. Many believe that demonetization did not fully crack down on unaccounted wealth, especially in the property market. Moreover, the human cost of demonetization is hard to ignore. The sudden cash crunch hit informal sectors workers the hardest. Daily wage laborers, small traders, and unorganized businesses saw big losses. Growth slowed briefly and demand dropped sharply. For people who didn't have access to banking or digital tools, the pain was real. In terms of long impact, demonetization have left a mixed legacy. It accelerated India's digital payments revolution and widened the formal financial system to some extent. But it didn't completely wean the economy off the cash, and while more people are paying taxes, black money hasn't vanished, it just found new hiding places. So what's the bottom line? Demonetization was a bold experiment with clear successes, especially in pushing digitalization, but 9 years ago, it's not the silver bullet that solved black money or rendered cash obsolete. It brought change but also revealed the limits of such a dramatic shock to the system. Ultimately, its legacy is not about cash out, it's about reshaping India's financial behavior while showing how durable cash still is. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.